Love a good Nigerian story.
I mean, a book stack is not complete without a book from Nigeria.
No,
right?
it's not. Talking about one of my favorite things tonight. It is the beginning of the month. We're talking all things books. Ibrahim is back joining us on the show. He is from Kosi Bookshelf. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Have you had a beautiful month of reading? You always make lots of time for reading.
He hasn't, actually.
Really?
What an interesting question. So there's a thing called the reading slump.
Okay.
It happens where you just can't pick up a book. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But even though I went through that, I still have book recs for you guys.
Okay, I'm glad you still have some amazing recommendations, even though you're going through your slump.
And I learned something new today, a book slump.
A book
I didn't
slump.
know that.
Okay, so what I'm going through is a writing slump, not a book slump, since I'm unable to write.
You is a writer's block. Writer's block. Let's not glorify it. It's a writer's block to me. We need intervention.
A writer's block for what?
For schoolwork. God hasn't started schoolwork in months.
I can relate. So I did what you did, right?
Yeah.
What you're currently doing.
My masters,
and I would type a paragraph and then take a 3-day break. You know?
Apparently that helps though, to write something.
Yes.
You see, I haven't been writing anything.
You just need to keep writing and then go back, edit.
Yes.
Ask somebody, does this make sense?
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. Some days will be more productive than others, but doing something, take a break, will help you get so much done.
Okay, I hope you'll get back into your reading pretty soon. It's Africa Month. We're also celebrating Mother's Day. What have you got in store for us tonight?
So the first book that I have is A Season of Crimson Blossoms. So this covers Mother's Day and Africa Month.
Okay.
And this is the story of Binta. So Binta is a widow in Jos, Nigeria.
Okay, love a good Nigerian story.
I mean, a book stack is not complete without a book from Nigeria.
No,
right?
it's not.
And what I like about this book is that it's set in Jos, not Lagos.
Okay.
So it's a different area of Nigeria that we don't know about.
Yes.
And this is the story of her and her affair with a local area boy. So this is a 50-something-year-old woman having an affair with a 20-something-year-old, like, hoodlum gangster within the area.
Otanda type of vibe.
Yes, and the drama that unfolds within this book is worth reading. There is a lot. There are a lot of characters. There is a lot that happens, but this is one of the books that I would rate a 5-star book.
Oh my
and
God.
I brought it because not a lot of people know about this book.
No, I didn't know about it at all.
We had to read it for book club, and that's how I picked it up. But I've always seen it in the bookstores because of this cover. You know, I think this is a very interesting cover. But yeah, I would recommend this book to anybody. This was a very nice book.
The fact that you gave it 5 out of 5 is absolutely amazing. That's incredible.
The themes that it covered, it had so many characters, but you could follow their stories and the plot twists also. It's not often that the sexuality of a Muslim woman is written about, right?
Yes.
So the sex scenes in this book are very explicit, very descriptive, and it's not often that you read a book like with those scenes.
Yeah.
You know, so this was, I think collectively as book club, we enjoyed it. I read it 2 or 3 years ago, but I still would recommend to anybody to read.
Okay, that is definitely going to be my next read because I absolutely love a Nigerian book. You know what I think is so beautiful about authors in Nigeria? The way they're able to capture the taste, the smell, the feeling. You feel like you are in that area when you read their books. It's amazing how they're able to do that.
Yes, I
Incredible.
think we also learn so much about Nigeria because of how they write. It's very descriptive writing. It's very immersive writing. So yeah.
A lot of what I know about Nigeria is actually from the books.
Speaking of learning a lot about Nigeria through the books, you mentioned Binta, you mentioned Muslim woman. I'm assuming the character is Muslim. And would you say maybe that's reflective of the, spectrum of, beliefs or religions within the area?
No, the reason why this book is actually, the storyline is so scandalous is because she goes against the grain of what a Muslim woman is supposed to do, especially a widowed woman, right? Yeah. And I don't think she was intentional about it. It just happens. She wants to be loved. She wants to be with somebody. And here is a guy and he charms her and
Where's the husband?
The widowed.
Oh, yes. No, I'm thinking, wait, so why are we calling it an affair then? She's not cheating on nobody.
She's not, but it's scandalous, right? Like, she's with a 20-something-year-old boy that she's not supposed to be with.
Okay.
Well, that's subjective.
But you're thinking about it from a South African perspective, right?
Yeah,
Think about it from
yeah.
Muslim in Nigeria, highly religious area.
Yeah, I hate it.
You're widowed. You've got... she's a grandmother.
Yeah.
So that kind of relationship is very scandalous.
Yeah, frowned upon.
All right, that seems like such an incredible read. What's the name of the book again?
This is Season of Crimson Blossoms.
Beautiful.
The author is Abubakar Adam Ibrahim.
Okay, absolutely beautiful. What book is next on your list?
We're going to jump across the border from Nigeria. We're going to go to Ghana.
Oh, okay.
This is Ghana Must Go. And the book title covers an actually interesting event that happened in Nigeria, I think in the 1970s.
Ghana.
Yeah. No, in Nigeria.
Oh, so it covers something that happened in Nigeria.
No, I'm saying the book title covers something that happened in Nigeria, which was the Ghana Must Go. Anybody listening should Google this.
I remember
where Nigeria decided they don't want any more Ghanaians in their countries, and they gave them 2 weeks to evict. And that is where the name for the Ghana Must Go bag comes from. Have you seen one?
I haven't seen one, but I heard about it a lot. Someone actually a while back, I can't remember, but it was years ago, they were explaining it to me, and it kind of there is an event similar to that happened here in South Africa, and I'm not sure, I can't remember, but it was a while back. I had very extensive information about it. That's why it rang a bell in me.
So what we call the Machangani bag is the Ghana Must Go bag, right? So this book essentially covers the diaspora story. So there's families from Ghana, they're living in overseas, and then the father passes away and they have to come back to Ghana for the father's funeral. And this is also, again, a very descriptive book. And I must say, this is not an easy read, hey? This is like on the level of the God of Small Things. Like, this author is not
forever to finish the God of Small Things.
Yeah, me too. I had to push myself. But this was a very interesting exploration of a family and a mother trying to keep her family together through this event that happens. There's a chapter in this book where they talk about how they got the father's coffin, because in Ghana people are buried in coffins that are the shapes of the things that they love. So somebody has to custom create a coffin for you, and there's a chapter which details the funeral. Very descriptive book, and I think a different book to read. Like, if you want to challenge yourself, definitely Ghana Must Go.
What's his name?
This is Taiye Selasi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah. It sounds like an incredible book. But Joe, when you say God of Small Things, I remember taking so long. That book took me years. Okay.
Probably same.
No, actually, it didn't take me years because it was a set. It was a set piece in English literature first year.
And I read it for fun because I was like, this book, everybody's been talking about it. Yeah.
It was a set piece in first year, so actually I didn't take years to read it. I had to finish it. Oh, we've got Atlahang Musibani Khosi on the show tonight. He is talking all things books for Africa Month, Mother's Day month happening as well. What books should you be reading this month? If you do have any suggestions or whatever it is that you are reading, do share with us on 082-550-5151. 2 books down, 3 more to go. Let's do this.
The wait is over.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 8 seconds. It's Labyrinth and Zendaya. This is a track from Euphoria. It's called All For Us on 5 Nights. We're talking all things books. Atlahang is back from Khosi Bookshelf. If you want to get some really amazing titles, do check out the website and get your books over there. We're also live on your socials. Where can people follow the conversation?
On TikTok.
Okay, so we're live on TikTok.
We're live on TikTok.
Because listen, there are so many cameras happening right now, you won't even believe it.
When we first saw the setup last week, we were shook. I was just like, what is this? What is that? What is that? There's about 3-4 cameras in his face. Don't ask me what's for what.
Do you ever find interesting books on Book Talk? Because you are part of Book Talk. Do you ever find interesting reads? Because I struggle to find great recommendations sometimes.
I think on Book Talk there is a lot of hype around certain books, which I don't think. But you know what? Book Talk is mostly concentrated on YA and young adult and romance books. So maybe that's why the recommendations there do not appeal to you, which is why I created my platform, because I was like, these books don't really resonate with me. So let me read other things and post about it. And then through that, I built a community of people who want to read the same books that I read. Not necessarily the most popular books on Book Talk, but books that resonate with us and we find interesting. So I think for me, the only Book Talk book where I was like, okay, Book Talk, I believe you, I believe the hype, was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Because I would love to see that as a movie. But yeah, that is like the one book from Book Talk that I was like, okay, I agree with the girlies. But usually I don't trust them.
I also don't. Because then you pick up a book and it's been hyped up and you're like, what was this hype about?
I experienced that with a book called Wahala by Nikki May. I always make a noise about this, and one of my book club people was like, actually I bought the book because of you, because I wanted to see if you were lying. And they posted a review and they were like, no, you are not lying. This is not it. You know?
Do you know which book I felt like that about? Michelle Obama's Becoming.
I have that on my shelf. I would like to read. I struggle with non-fiction, surprisingly, but I think...
Oh my gosh, someone who actually struggles with, like, you know what? I thought I was the only one, because I can only stomach fiction. I can't do real life stories. They bore the ish out of me.
But fiction is real life stories, right? It's just that it's not about a specific real person, but mostly the stories are inspired by events that happened.
That's true. That's true.
The nice thing also with fiction is that it's drama. Like there's drama, there's like a lot of theater of the mind going on, unlike, you know, real life stories that are so bland, mostly. Not all of them.
Sometimes you can pick up a really well written one, but Michelle Obama's one, and Shonda Rhimes, Year of Yes.
Okay, now I don't have hope because I wanted to read that.
You know, I feel so attacked because I am a fan of Shonda Rhimes' work, but I suppose her book about her is not the greatest.
I'm going to bring a copy of Year of Yes to you, and then you'll tell me if you like it. But nonetheless, we are talking Africa Month, and we're talking also books that have got to do with Mother's Day that's coming up. Atlakang, what else is on your list?
So I think this is the last Mother's Day recommendation, right? This is Lyrics Alley by Leila Aboulela. So I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, actually.
Seems like you are.
I picked up this book when I was going through a difficult time in my life. I think it called me, right? And I didn't know what direction my life was going. And in this book, it's about a man who has 2 wives. And his heir, the son that he thinks is going to take over his empire, suffers an accident and is left disabled. And now his life plans, you know, change. He can't go overseas anymore. He can't marry his cousin as was planned. And so it writes about the child's life into finding something that he didn't think he was destined for, but he enjoyed it. So in the book, I'm writing, actually in the Muslim culture, music is not something that's really like praised, right? And so in this book, the boy likes writing music, but his parents like chide him and say, no, you're not going to write music or not. But he actually turns out to be one of the biggest music composers in the country. And that left me with a message of, you know, things will get better. Things happen for a reason. And there's a quote in here that says, travel is the cause. And that has stuck with me throughout my life. So when things happen, I just think, this too shall pass. The next thing is coming. And so I included it in the Mother's Day list because of the 2 wives that this man has married and their relationships with each other, because one wife is very traditional and old school. She didn't go to school. And then the other wife is educated and very described as very beautiful. And it's also set between Sudan and Egypt. I don't think we have a lot of books that we talk about that are set in those countries, you know. So that's why I included it in this list. So I think it's a very hard book to get, actually. If you come across it, get it.
Lyrics.
Lyrics Alley, yeah.
Lyrics Alley. Okay, that sounds incredible. And I think where the book is set is also just so important. Sudan and Egypt. I don't think I've ever read any books that are set there.
And this is 1950 Sudan and Egypt, so this is before the war in Sudan happened. So yeah, I think we need to read more stories from other countries that we normally don't read from.
100%. I think it will open us up to so many other different cultures, just the same way, books from West Africa that we read do. What's next on your list?
We're staying in Egypt, and it's called If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English. Oh, actually, this is from Book Talk.
Oh, really?
Yes. I saw this on Book Talk, I think, and then I listened to the audiobook because we don't have local copies in South Africa. I had to ask somebody coming from America to come with a copy for me. And this is written by Noor Naga, and it's about a girl who travels from America and goes home because in Egypt, that's where her parents come from, but she didn't grow up in Egypt.
So she can't speak the native language.
She can't speak the native language. She can't identify with the culture, but she says, this is home. She's going to the motherland, right?
Yes.
And when she gets to the motherland, she meets a guy, they form a relationship. And why I choose this book is that the writing in here is very experimental, if I can put it that way. It's not the typical way of writing that we used to.
All right.
And the last chapter is very interesting. So yeah, I think this book everybody needs to read it once.
Okay.
And the book title is why I was drawn to this book.
Yes, If an Egyptian Cannot Speak
English.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're talking all things books. Where can people find you online before we get into the very last book?
On Khosi Bookshelf, on all social media platforms, and the bookstore is www.khosibookshelf.com.
All right, last final book coming up next. We'll be back.
When I think about doing an MBA, I'm like, research.
Exactly. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, maybe I should do my second master's, get an MBA, but I was like, I can't go through research again.
Oh, guys, come say hi. You haven't done
Yes,
that.
we haven't said hi. Where are we? Where are we live? Guys, the camera's here. There's so many cameras.
You're live on
There's a
TikTok.
camera here. There's a camera
I'm
here.
on that camera.
No,
There's a camera here. Hello, guys. Who's have never been live on TikTok before?
I like
Do you
that
actually
one.
use TikTok?
Not really.
You need to.
I don't have content for that.
Somebody says hi to Karabo.
Hi. How do you see?
Ah.
Oh, Karabo Sense. I know Karabo Sense. He's a radio presenter as well.
Oh, is it? Should I go to his show?
Maybe you should.
You belong to us, Kadal.
Should I go to his show? Will he give me an hour?
He's not in Joburg.
Oh.
It's not in Joburg. So how about to invite is it like Instagram, then it joins?
Yeah, no, you invite people and then they will join you. You need to get on.
I don't know.
You need to dance on TikTok.
I can go no jive, that's why I'm not on TikTok.
No, you can come with In My Time on your TV. What?
I can come with stories.
Yes.
Give me a little story. I'm not on TikTok. But you must come and dance away now. I'll jive him on your TikTok.
I'm so embarrassing. Look at what kind of WhatsApp group.
What's happening? All for you on 5 Nights. We're talking all things books. We've discussed a lot of recommendations for Mother's Day. I think a lot of these books would also be lovely to gift your mom for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Especially, which one would I give my mother? I think I'd give her Season of Crimson Blossoms.
Yes, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, because the reason I actually read is because of my mother. She got me into it when I was very young.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one I think she'd find interesting to read.
That's beautiful.
She loved the Secret Lives of Baba Shegi's wives.
Yo, did she love that? Oh, I need to get my mom a new book this May. That's exactly what I'm going to do. What is your final recommendation? We've got Atlahan here from Khosi Bookshelf hanging out with us in studio. What's the final recommendation?
A Broken People's Playlist by Chimeka Garrix. This is another Book Talk book.
Okay.
And this is short stories.
Okay, nice.
And the author details parts of Port Harcourt. So this is another part of Nigeria that we normally don't read about. Books from Nigeria are always set in Lagos. So this was from Port Harcourt, and it's written in the form of a playlist. I think we were talking about a playlist earlier on and how you find movies from a playlist from music.
It's a weird thing. I'm able to figure out, a movie from its soundtrack. It's very weird. But I like the fact that also it's short stories, because as someone who doesn't read much, but when I do read, I don't want to be bored and be dragged on into it for a very long time, because it kind of washes away my attention span. So short stories also, it's something that I enjoy reading, because it's literally quick.
I want more. The thing is, some short stories are so beautifully written. I'm like, no, I want more. Give me more. That's how I feel about short stories. The book cover also looks incredible.
The book cover is so pretty, and I'm happy. This book comes all the way from Bermuda. Another one we don't have in the country. I wish publishers could pick this book up and have it for our shelves, because I really think this is an interesting book. And how the word I would use to describe this book is melancholic. Like, the short stories are sad, they're tragic, but the writing in this book, I believe it. Like, this author, he could write about nothing and I would buy his books from now on.
I love a book that's gonna get me emotional.
Even the
cry.
Even the book cover is very colorful. It's very look at me. It's giving playlist, picture vibe.
Yeah, and he's got songs from artists. So I think he says the stories were written under the influence. So he's got stories inspired by Adam Levine, Johnny Cash, U2, Kings of Leon Bridges, Seal, So yeah, the books, the first story in this book stayed with me.
What's it about?
It's called Lost Stars, right? And the intro line says, "They will ask me when I first knew I was in love with you. I will sigh and say I don't know. It happened in fragments, piece by piece, separate moments over the years. Moments, that's how I remember it. They will be surprised when I say you are the only man I have loved." And that man died and they were not together, So
Old tragic love story.
yeah, so
I love a tragedy so much.
that's why I think this book tugged at my heartstrings. And I listened to the audiobook, and the author actually reads his own book on the audio.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that is why I got into this book. After listening to the audiobook, I was like, I need a physical copy.
Yeah.
Who's coming from overseas? Please come with it, Here are the dollars.
I love that you source your books from all over the world. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for letting us in on books that we should be reading this month. Let's go through them one more time.
We started with A Season of Crimson Blossoms by Abubakar Adam Ibrahim. And then we moved on to Ghana Must Go by Taiye Selasi. And then we covered Lyrics Ellie by Leila Aboulela. And then If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English by Noor Naga. And the last one was A Broken People's Playlist by Chimeka Garrix.
Beautiful selections from different parts of the continent. I love that you also chose parts of the continent that we hardly read about, which is incredible. Where can people follow you on the socials? You are on TikTok, I see. Where can we follow you?
Khosi Bookshelf on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. It's the same handle across all of the platforms. And my bookstore where you can get some books is www.khosibookshelf.com.
Amazing. Always such a pleasure having you here. I hope you get over your reading slump that you've been going through.
I hope so too.
Then I'll get over my writing slump that
You don't look so eager to do it.
We will catch up with better news when you're back in June. That's going to be an interesting one. It's International Pride Month. It's
also Youth Month. Yeah.
So it's going to be an exciting one. Cannot wait to see what books you've got in store for us. Thank you so much. That is Atlegang Musibane Khosi on the show tonight from Khosi Bookshelf, hanging out with us. Do follow him on the socials.
Thank you so much, girls.